1. The stiffer the opponent, the more should our affection go out to him. That is the significance of satyagraha. 2. If we have to fight, we must fight clean. Such a fight must await an appropriate time and conditions, and you must be watchful in choosing your ground. To fight against refugees is no fight at all. No laws of humanity or war among honorable men permit the murder of people who have sought shelter and protection. 3. While the press must have full freedom to express their ideas, it must realize its own responsibilities. Freedom has its obligations. 4. In this country which won the freedom only yesterday, it is impossible to make progress unless we first restore order. On the top of it came partition, which made our task difficult. 5. The first requirement in the country was external and internal security. You cannot have any plan unless there is security. 6. Yours. Police is the responsibility to maintain the prestige of the government and protect the honor of the citizens. It is not enough if you only detect crime and bring offenders to book. You must also try to win the affection of the people. A police officer or policeman who loses his head in handling a situation is not fit to be. 7. We must review the extent of the action taken, the success or failure achieved, for ensuring final and complete annihilation of those subversive forces.
8. In India, subversive association known as the Communist Party we have, by our vigilance and the effective countermeasures taken from time to time, succeeded in strictly localizing these activities.
9. It is the duty of every person to develop national language or do such a service that all over India it is accepted without any hesitation or reservation. The expanse of Hindi should be as wide as ocean, in which all the languages of India take its own proper place. National language is not of any province or of any community. Sign, there is nothing to be gained from the loyalty of a cowardly and cringing public. The brave man who has inspired this fight, however, is capable of converting the cowardly into the bravest of persons. 10. There are some young men who believe that in this country there should be Hindu Raj, and that Hindu culture alone has a place in India. Gandhiji was fighting against that mad idea. He said our salvation depended on unity. 11. For the first time we have got adult franchise, and unless the people exercise or are able to exercise their franchise in a proper, intelligent manner, the working of the democracy would be difficult, and we stand to lose a great deal. 12. In a democratic setup, we must have freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom of association, and all kinds of freedom. 13. Our freedom has been achieved through the sacrifice of millions of people. It will be a poor return for those sacrifices if we surrender that liberty and submit to the threats of those who work for a foreign organization. 14. No distinctions of caste and creed should hamper us. All are the sons and daughters of India. We should all love our country and build our destiny on mutual love and help. 15. It is true that we removed the foreign rule, but after removing it, we quarreled and cut the throats of each other. Before the world, we have presented a spectacle which is the very antithesis of our culture and diametrically opposed to the teachings of Gandhiji. 16. Happiness and misery are paper balls. Don't be afraid of death. Join the nationalist forces. Be united. Give work to those who are hungry, food to invalids. Forget your quarrels. 17. The negligence of a few could easily send a ship to the bottom, but it required the wholehearted cooperation of all on board. She could be safely brought to port. 18. We have to shed mutual bickerings, shed the difference of being high or low, and develop the sense of equality and banish untouchability. We have to restore the conditions of Swaraj prevalent prior to British rule. We have to live like the children of the same father. 19. Today we must remove distinctions of high and low, rich and poor, caste or creed. 20. Your goodness is impediment in your way, so let your eyes be red with anger, and try to fight the injustice with a firm hand. 21. In a domestic government, unity and cooperation are essential requisites. 22. A war based on satyagraha is always of two kinds. One is the war we wage against injustice, and the other we fight our own weaknesses. 23. By common endeavor, we can raise the country to a new greatness, while a lack of unity will expose us to fresh calamities.
24. 2 ways of building character-cultivating strength to challenge oppression and tolerate the resultant hardships that give rise to courage and awareness.
25. Faith is of no avail in absence of strength. Faith and strength both are essential to accomplish any great work.